Hello and welcome to another weekly vlog, starting where I usually spend the whole week, in the car. We're just heading into my mum's. I need to go downtown today. What are you doing? Jowls. I do that as well. Awful, isn't it? Jowls. It's been raining this past couple. The hot weather's gone, which is actually good. But I wish the rain would keep off because I want to weed the garden, but unless it's dry, forget it, because I need to like sit down on a little mat when I'm doing it, and the grass is soaking.
Look at them clouds.
Yeah, I just thought that as I come around the corner, the sky's like really, like stormy. Looks like there's going to be a lot of rain. I need to go to Boots today. I don't know if I told you. That's that black dog outside. Every village has one, a family of scummy people, and all of them lot are all scummy, and their kids are all growing up to be little arseholes. Yeah, I think I mentioned, if I didn't mention, Brendan, my dad's friend, brought his blood pressure monitor down, so I'm going to buy one. I've researched into the cheapest place I can get the one that I need. I need one with a bigger cuff than the standard one because I've got chunky arms. Well, fat is probably the other way of putting that, but it goes up to like...
That cloud behind there, Jesus Christ.
It goes up to like 32 centimetres, and I think my arm was like 34. Where are you going in for? Darren's going in to drop off a parcel for me. Yeah, so I need to get the one with the bigger cuff. But a cuff on its own is a tenner. The basic model's 25. If I wanted to get the bigger cuff, it's 35. But if I get the next model up, which comes with the big cuff, it also comes with the ability to connect to an app that gives you like loads of other information. You log every so often your blood pressure and changes, and it gives you, basically it's more information. And it's only a £5 or more than me buying the basic model and the larger cuff, so it's 40. It's 50 most other places, but Boots of all places are selling it for £40. So because he took my blood pressure and it was 130 something over 100 and something, my bottom blood pressure's never been over 100 and something. It's usually round about 90. But I'm really stressed at the moment, so that's probably why. So I'm, both for my dad and for me, I'm going to buy one of these blood pressure monitors to keep an eye on it. And I've ordered a thing that my hairdresser recommended to me. It's a Revlon hair drying brush. So you pretty much dry most of your hair. So it's like just not bone dry, but not really damp. And then you use the brush to like brush through it, and the air comes through it at the same time, and it like defrizzes almost your hair. It's not as good as straighteners, but my arms get really sore when I use straighteners because my hair's so thick. So she said it should really help to tame it a bit. So I've ordered that, and I have to collect that today. So yeah, I've put a load of stuff on eBay, which, I mean, so it just seems pointless sometimes because all of it's selling for like £1.50 and £2, which people say don't put it up at that, but it's just stuff. It's like old stuff of Isaac's that he's grown out of, like swimming shorts and t-shirts and things like that. Car thinks the leading vehicle is driving on because someone's just done a 3-point turn. So yeah, nothing else really much to tell you. That's it for now. My mum's not good. Cancelled her neurology appointment for Wednesday because she's just in a constant state of not knowing anything that's going on right now. I don't know if she will click out of this or not. I have no idea. I got woke up again this morning by a call from the disability equipment place wanting to come and pick up my mum's old hoist. It's like, oh, I can't get asleep in the morning. I don't sleep well at night. Darren snores. When he gets up pretty early because the dogs are up, I try and get a couple of hours kip once he's out of bed, and then people keep phoning me, so I can't get any sleep. It's really frustrating. I don't know what's going on in there, but it's taking quite a while.
Did I wake any of you up about 4:30 in the morning yesterday?
No.
I woke up out of nowhere with with it extremely dry throat, so I had to go downstairs and fill a water bottle.
You might have done, I can't remember. I'll tell you what though, you didn't brush your teeth last night. You told me you would, and I was...
today,
Isaac, you can't go for days without brushing your teeth. That's minging.
sick of telling him. Don't listen, don't pay any attention.
Right, Isaac, you're going to have to brush them when we get home. It's not... How could you be happy going about talking to people with big dirty teeth? Honestly. One day you'll wish you'd listened to us when you start with tooth problems.
It's a miracle he
don't
hasn't
know.
had a filling yet. An absolute miracle.
Tell you what, it's proof that dentists years ago used to give fillings that people didn't need. That's proof for that.
He might go in one time and say, right, you need 5.
Yeah. Right, anyway. I shall check in with you later in the week if there's anything of any end. I'll tell you what, I'll show you the blood pressure monitor working later on. Me and Darren will, actually we'll do your blood pressures later for you. And you can...
You could do things to get my blood pressure to go up. I mean, like spend money.
I'm thinking like just get Isaac to pee over the toilet seat, not brush his teeth, leave his bedroom light on all at once. That'd be good. See what happens before and after.
Open 2 packets of ham at the same time.
Yeah. Right, I shall check in with you guys later. Hello. No, your ears do not deceive you. The football's on. What is it? Norway, Italy, women's football. I've just swapped places with Darren to go. Let me just mute this thing. This, oh, it worked first time. I was just going to say it never bloody works because it needs the batteries changing. I've come to bed because I have such a sore tummy. I can't even tell you. Apparently today is National Hot Dog Day. I had a hot dog, not in a bun. I just got a piece of bread and had it round, but we had onions and a little bit of mustard and ketchup. Now, I don't know what it is, but my stomach ever since is, ugh. Darren says the last time I had onions, it did that as well. So I think I maybe have developed a bit of an aversion to onions, which sucks because I love onion. I specifically love raw onion. But the onion I had tonight wasn't raw, it was cooked, because Darren says maybe it was because it was raw last time when you had it, so I cooked it. And my stomach, I'm in such pain, I've had to go to bed. So I've said, right, you can watch the football. Usually I would watch the football upstairs while I watch telly or game downstairs. But he's downstairs now watching the football, and I'm gonna, I think there's a new true crime documentary on Netflix. I'll watch that, I think. Sore belly. So I had a nice day today. I went to Honeybee's Playtown with Kira and Sophie for Sophie to play, and then we stopped off at the park on the way home so she could play. She starts preschool in September, so Kira's she's having trouble with the potty training part, so hopefully she manages to get Sophie started for September. She was gonna take her to preschool, which is where they do a shorter amount of time last year, but they wouldn't take her because of basically the child has to be potty trained or they won't take them. So fingers crossed. Once they crack it, that's it. It's fine. It's done. It's sorted. Apparently I was potty trained because my grandparents took me when I was just turned between 2 and 3. I think I was either coming up to 3. Yeah, I think I might have been coming up to 3. I was 2 to a caravan in Portrush, which is like the equivalent of like Scarborough or, like a seaside town for families with amusements and all that sort of thing. And there was a tiny little toilet in this caravan, a little room, and I was obsessed with this tiny toilet room when I was like really little, and that is how I got potty trained, because I wanted to use the toilet. That's how it happened. So there you go. That's interesting for you, isn't it? So yeah, sore tummy. So I've gone to bed. Tomorrow my mum gets her new wheelchair, which is brilliant. She's still not good. I don't want to keep harping on about it, but it's just, if you're wondering, I'll give you sort of like periodic updates. The delirium's still there. She still makes no sense. She knows who I am now and is calling me by name, which she didn't on Sunday, so that's something. You just have to appreciate small things, don't you? So we shall see. I think I already told you Darren has his date for his biopsy, which is the 30th of this month, or is it 31st? I can't remember if it's the 30th or the 31st. It's one of the two. I think it's the 30th. So I'll be glad to get that done, and hopefully it's news that's not awful. Even if it is what we don't want it to be, if it's contained within that one area, it's treatable. So that's what we're hoping for at worst. We both got up yesterday, and I haven't worn my. I have this top which is got Mickey Mouse, and it's, you know, when the top and the arms are a different color, like a baseball top type thing, and the chest of it's grey and the arms are like mustard, and it's got Mickey Mouse on. And I bought it for Florida a few years ago, and it's been a bit tight. I've lost weight, so it fits. So I put it on, and I went downstairs, and Darren was wearing his Mickey Mouse that he bought in Florida. Completely, like, we didn't know what each other were going to be wearing. And he says, "It's a sign." I says, "It's not a fucking sign. We can't afford to go to Florida." So, because we keep, I think I've said this, because we keep like going into our savings, we haven't even got £2,000 saved up, and we need 10. So that tells you where we're at with that. What we wanted to aim for was the summer after Isaac does his GCSEs, so it would be 2 years from this point. But I don't think we can save £8,000 in 2 years. I don't think it's humanly possible. We don't have that amount of spare money. So Darren had found this hotel called Drury Hotel, which is like a sister hotel to Disney, but it's not a Disney hotel, and it was supposed to be much cheaper. So I priced it all up, and it was still coming in. It was coming in more expensive than one of the budget, the all-star ones in Florida. This Drury Hotel was coming in more expensive than, when you counted the tickets and stuff, it was coming in more expensive. And it's like, when we went, we stayed in Port Orleans, which was moderate, but next time we go, it will definitely be budget because we can't afford moderate. I think the reason we went moderate is because you got free quick service meals, and for the amount of money, it worked out cheaper. But I think that this time we'll just we'll go to a supermarket, buy lots of stuff, and maybe only eat out at most once a day, try and save money that way, because the food in Disney is just ridiculously expensive. But you also want to enjoy yourself when you go. You know, you want to just not think about every little penny. But yeah, we were hoping. The only thing is, if we do try and aim for that, I'm thinking I could ask my mum to loan a little bit and then pay her it back, so that I think after that window it's going to be a bit too late for Isaac to want to come with us. He'll be 16 at that point. He'll just have finished his GCSEs. I think it's the ideal time for us to have like our last family trip to Orlando. But I know my mum would lend me the money if I ask her. I absolutely know she would, but with how she is, even if she's here at that point, but I don't like to ask to take advantage of a person's, that she's not well. But we'll see. But it's a thought we might do. But the other side of that is, if we do that, we can't do anything else for 2 years. We can't go on any trips. We can't go on any weekends away. We can't do all the gigs that we want to do. To be fair, the gigs we're doing are mainly for Isaac. I'm so glad we got those Youngblood tickets. I didn't know the tour was announced. Isaac happened to mention it. And I'm like, what? And he says, yeah, it's been out ages now. It's not like Isaac to not be hinting, telling us every bloody little thing. And by the time I realised all of the decent seated tickets had gone, we managed to get all right seats. But after the Black Sabbath thing where he sung changes, now everybody knows who he is. And everybody's going on about how good he was. And everybody's trying to get tickets for the tour, which is mostly sold out now. So I'm so glad I got tickets, before that whole thing kicked off. So we're going to see him next year on Motionless. I think I keep telling you, I'm not going to tell you again, I keep telling you. I can't remember whether I've told you or like if I'm talking to Kira or someone else. I can't remember. So, right, I'm going to go because my throat's getting sore. I'll try and film a little bit tomorrow when my mum's wheelchair comes, just to show you. You've seen footage before of how she leans and hangs out of the old one. I'll put like a picture in for you just so that you can see what I mean. And then I'll try and take a little bit of footage when she's in the new chair. If that's a bit uncomfortable because people are there, I'll take a picture and let you see the picture. yeah, I'm going to go and watch some true crime shit and pray my belly gets better for tomorrow. I should speak to you later.
I've done the back. I've done the back.
Hello. So let's get this out of the way first. Oh, God. Something wrong with my eye. And I think whatever, can you see the red part here? This eye started like this one with a little red thing here, like a sty. And I woke up this morning and you can see this eye is significantly puffier than this one. It's been killing me all day. I've got eye drops. I don't know what's gone on. I used to get styes or mouth ulcers quite a lot as a teenager when I was run down. So I don't know if you can get them through stress. I've no idea, but this eye's killing me. It has been all day. Can't wear glass, can't wear contacts, can't wear makeup, so that's great. Isaac is at his friend Callum's for a D&D sleepover tonight. Me and Darren went to see I Know What You Did Last Summer, the new one, which was... The dialogue and the script and the storyline was laughable. It was so ridiculous, but it was just an easy to watch slasher. You know, it just, if you want it to tie together and make loads of sense and have a really good story, you're going to be very sorely disappointed. If you just want to watch a really easy to watch light horror, then you know that's all it's for. So obviously I didn't do a review or anything because I mean the world does not need to see this, even though you lovely people get to see it. What else? I think, I took a little bit of footage of my mum out in her wheelchair. Not entirely happy with the headrest, but my mum got in it. I asked her 100 times if she was happy, if how she felt, was anything uncomfortable. The people asked her multiple times. Oh, well, it's all right, she said at one point, that she just kept ignoring the question. And they had no more left than 5 minutes, then she started shouting and screaming about being in pain. My dad wants the other armchair taken away. He says she has to get used to this one. I haven't arranged it yet because I can't see it happening. So that was yesterday, that was Thursday. This is Friday night. I'll be in again on Sunday. It's like the longest period of time I'm not at my mum's is Friday, Saturday. Usually when I go in on a Sunday is when I find out shit's been kicking off for multiple days and nothing's been done about it. So I'm going in on Sunday to see what's happening. I didn't want to film too much with the new chair because she's still not doing well at all. She's not happy. I took her out in the chair just to push up to the local shopping centre that's closer. She just wasn't interested in anything. She spent the whole time looking at her knee and pulling at the sling for her hoist that she was sat on. She just had no interest in being out. You know, just her mental health at the minute's terrible. She just isn't herself. So I didn't film very much. I took a little bit because I wanted to show you the difference in her head position to what I had filmed before. If you remember, my mum's head was very much hanging out one side. I wanted you to see the sort of upright position, so I'll try and put that in for you. But yeah, so there's nothing much moving on that since. Went to the cinema, Isaac's, that's me. I've got a bloody sore eye. And tomorrow we'll just be waiting about to find out when Isaac needs picked up, because I told him don't leave us hanging about all day and then text at the last minute saying we're ready to come now. I says you need to give us notice. I'll be in again at my mum's tomorrow. Had a ball leg on eBay. I've been selling like a load of just stuff Isaac's grown out of. I made a real boo-boo with a skirt I had. It was a La Redoute one. It was a grey tutu, like 3-layer, like tulle skirt that I got years ago. I've never worn it because I'd never found anything fancy enough. It was the sort of thing I wanted to wear to a wedding, but no fuckers got married, so I couldn't wear it. And it was quite expensive when I bought it. And I put the wrong starting price on eBay for it, and the fucker went for 99p. Not happy. But I'm not one of these that's going to cancel the sale. I'll just let it go because it's too big for me, and I've had it for years, so I'll just let it go. And I had a buyer buy a pair of pajamas of Isaac's for a £5, Mandalorian ones, and they're Guernsey. And eBay has this thing where if you sell, they make you use a thing called simple delivery, where they charge the buyer the postage directly, and you don't ever get the postage. They then give you a prepaid postal label to put on the item. But for some reason they preset it that the Channel Islands and Guernsey aren't accepted. I never said this because I don't block any parts of the world from eBay things, and this woman bought them, didn't tell me in advance of the auction finishing, then emailed me to say, yes, it's part of the UK, but it won't let me pay. And I'm like quite used to this because people don't realise Northern Ireland's part of the UK and you get a lot of hassle for that. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine, not a problem. But it won't let me pay, you have to change it. Jesus, I spent all day trying to work out how to change this. Because the sale had completed, eBay don't let you change the listing, so I couldn't add postage. And I'm like, the only thing I can do is see if she'll pay via PayPal, and then I'll mark the listing as payment received, and we'll do it that way. So she still got the cover of the eBay thing, and I'm paid. So she's right, I'll do that. And then she sends me a £5 via PayPal, not friends and family. So I get a fee for that for a start, and she hasn't paid any postage. So I will go back and say, look, a £5 was what the item cost, but postage is £3 something on top. And can you please send it friends and family because they've taken a fee of. So I'm going round in circles trying to accommodate this stupid fucker that has bought something, hasn't told me in advance that they're not mainland UK, and then I can't change it afterwards, and now I have to go to the post office in the morning rather than every other one. I can arrange collection from Royal Mail. They just come to your house, they pick it up, away you go. Obviously post office shuts at 12 tomorrow, so have to be up and out to get that sorted. It's a pain in the arse. I don't know why I bother, because the stuff, now they went for a £5, which is probably the most anything's gone for that I've been selling. Most stuff's gone for like £1, £2, because it's like mostly t-shirts and stuff, but that was like a pair of pajamas that had barely been worn. So they went for a £5. I've got like an old jiu-jitsu gi, which is in really good nick. I've put that up for starting at a tenner. I think they're 25 quid new, and it's in excellent condition, no interest. Wetsuit starting at, what was the wetsuit starting at, like £5, no interest. It's like, what? So I just can't believe. In saying that, I used eBay because I thought the prices on Vinted were ridiculous because they're so cheap. Like I got a t-shirt on Vinted for 50p, for fuck's sake. 50p, £1. I think the most I've paid for an item on Vinted was £2. And I thought, oh, I'll be able to get a bit more on eBay, but no. So I've got like about 30 items listed at the minute, and none of them are going. And every fucking week I get 30 emails to tell me everything's has been relisted. It's like, fuck. So yeah, I've put all of Isaac's David Williams audio cassettes or CDs up. No fucking interest. I've put them up at £3.50 starting each, which I don't think is ridiculous because they're like almost as new, and they all cost somewhere in the teens to buy. But I don't know, we'll just leave them and see what happens. I'm trying to like raise as much as possible to put towards holiday fund, but you know, we don't have anything really that's going to fetch very much money, so I could go through my wardrobe and get rid of a load of stuff I need to. But things sell for so cheap, it's shocking. It's really, really shocking how cheap. It's great when you're looking for something, but it's a bit shit when you're looking to sell stuff. So anyway, I'm going to go to bed. I have to go back downstairs and put my eye drops in. I forgot when I was downstairs. And yeah, I'll check in before the end of the week to sign off for you guys. Speak to you later.
Really?
Hello. It is Sunday, my eyes still gammy. This is the longest this has ever. It started on Thursday evening, Friday morning, and it's still not right. So I can't wear my contacts, and I can't wear makeup. So I look like a bit of a mess. What can you do? It's a nice day again. It's really warm. It's weird because it's been pouring like torrential rain, and then it's like really sunny and hot. Just on the way to my mum's, so I'm just closing this off for the week. I'm not going to waffle. Isaac was at Callum's for a D&D overnight session. Did you end up watching Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought somebody had said that. I don't know where I heard that. Did you tell me that?
Probably.
Which makes sense because Callum is like mad into science and stuff. He'd never seen Breaking Bad?
So we showed him it yesterday.
Did he like it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that his parents will be very happy at you showing it, to be honest. How are they with him watching things that are, you know,
Well,
18?
He's on my stuff all the time, is it too?
Yeah, oh well. We should like that. Like, Callum's like one of these kids that's like proper gifted at science. He's just really interested. It's not just what he does at school. He has like pretty much his own lab in his garage. Yeah, so Isaac was there Friday night, all through Saturday till tea time on Saturday. And obviously me and Gammy was in the house. We went to see, I don't know if I mentioned what it was like. We went to see I Know What You Did Last Summer at the cinema. It was, I didn't think it was as bad as Superman, which the world is loving, apart from me and Darren. It was one of those, it's easy to watch, it's a fun movie, but it makes there's just like everywhere, there's like, well, hang on, what about that, what about this? It's just, don't expect it to make sense or add up, because it doesn't. But if you like easy to watch slashers like Scream, then you'll enjoy it.
It was the worst film in the Scooby-Doo franchise.
Yeah, it was very Scooby-Doo, but Scooby-Doo's better. And that's about it that I can think of. We don't know what we're going into every day that we go in here. My mum got her new wheelchair on Thursday, which obviously I've put a little bit of footage that Darren took, so you can sort of see position. But when she's like how she is at the minute, I don't really like pointing video cameras at her, you know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see how she's been for 2 days, because that's how long it's been since I've been in the chair. She like was trying to each leg is individually sort of encased, so my mum always sits with her legs crossed, but you can't sit with your legs crossed in this. You have to have each of your legs in there. Jesus Christ.
I thought he was coming round then.
Well, he did, but this biker's just unable to wait behind something, swerving out onto the road. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how. My dad says he wants rid of her armchair because she has to get used to this chair that she's in. Darren agrees. I'm not getting rid of until I see how she's been for a couple of days. I'm not arranging for pickup of the other chair because it's almost intolerable how my mum is being at the minute. You know, I've said to my dad, look, you know, for your own state of mind, if this goes on like this, you need to look at other arrangements. Oh, I'm alright. In other news, I took my blood pressure yesterday, and not only was it in the normal range, it was in the ideal range, which was a big shock for me. It was 121/74, I think. Or was it somewhere in the teens, maybe, over 74? Anyway, it was really good. So I definitely have white coat syndrome when I go to the doctors. But that's when I was really stressed that day in at my dad's. It was 130 something over 102, I think it was. My bottom number's never been over 100, that's ridiculous, but it was that day. So obviously, just shows you that stress does affect the BP. But I don't think there's anything else of any interest.
Future plans?
Oh well, yeah, we're aiming to go to Florida.
I'm going to say the return of jambalaya.
No, because we're not staying in Port Orleans, so there is no jambalaya.
Jambalaya is Animal Kingdom.
Oh, that's what but you ate it. it in Port Orleans.
Yeah, but it's.
You're not going to go
again,
round bloody
but my name
Epcot
is
with
Gwyneth
Franz Beckenbauer, whatever the hell his name was.
Schweinsteiger.
Schweinsteiger, that's
Yeah,
him.
but then in Animal Kingdom I become Jambalaya.
Jesus Christ.
Jambalaya.
Yeah. We initially, Darren found this hotel called Drury Plaza, which isn't a Disney hotel, but it comes with the Disney perks. So we were pricing it, and it actually, I went then and priced the value hotels, the all-star hotels, and it was coming out cheaper than this Drury Plaza, which was supposed to be a cheaper option. Now if we go back, we won't be staying in a moderate like we did before because we can't afford the extra expense. The thing is, I wanted for it to be something for when Isaac had done his GCSEs, because he'll have to work hard, he'll have a lot of revision to do, and it'll be a really nice thing after the GCSEs to have that. And what we thought would do is, if we can't get enough at that point saved up, I can borrow what we need from my mum and then pay her back as if I was still saving, so that in that window, because by the time he's done his A-levels, if indeed he does A-levels or whatever he does, I think he'll be at an age where he probably won't really want to go on holiday with his parents. So, you know, he'll be more wanting to go away with mates and do stuff at that stage. So I think
No matter what, Disney's awesome nonetheless.
the window after GCSEs to me is the perfect one. So we budgeted out how much. The only thing is the flights. I can look at August next year because it only lets me look up to the first week of June, which is ridiculous. Obviously you can't look at prices of flights 2 years in advance, but it gives you a good idea if you look at the same time of year, which I can't yet until we're a bit further in future. But it's looking like approximately 3,500 for 3 flights, which is to me ridiculous, but that's how much it is.
It's about 50% up on this time.
Oh no, it was almost $3,000 last time. Well, we went, the first time we went it was a lot cheaper, but it's about $3,500. The hotel is about just over 2. The Disney,
Puff on my arm when you say these things.
the tickets, the Disney park tickets is about $1,600 for 3 of us. Isaac's now classed as an adult. Well, he will be when he's 16.
As soon as you're 10, you're
We basically worked out that we can probably do it for about 2,000 less than we did it last time, if we're really careful. And if we don't, like, I won't be bringing back a load of stuff or anything because we'll be bringing less spending money, stuff like that. We also priced, I thought, right, let's price somewhere like the Rosen, which is a budget hotel on International Drive, and let's price a car rental, park and all that stuff. Now, I don't really want to be driving in America because the idea scares the life out of me, but if somebody said to me, you'll save $1,000, I'd do it. So I priced that, and it's coming in. By the time you pay for the car rental and
daily parking.
the daily parking is about $30. Just loads of different things. Actually, the Rosen I priced for 2 weeks next year at the end of August, and it was coming in at, I think, $2,600 per night, $139 for the Rosen on International Drive, when you can stay in All-Star right in the middle of Disney for this more or less the same price. So you can stay in a Disney branded hotel and get transportation from your hotel to every single park for free for the same price that you can stay at the Rosen, which to me is ridiculous. Now, if you're going with a big group of people, like your family, like Kelly always did, or like Sue's did, you know, they have multiple adults that can all chip in, and then that makes sense. But when all of the finances is coming out of one household, to me, you know, we're going to go budget next time because it's the cheapest. We're going to take less spending money and just try and aim for 2027. So that's the plans at the minute. Last 2 weeks of August is what I want. Flying and coming back on a Tuesday, because apparently Tuesdays and Fridays are the best days to. I don't see how Friday's the best day to fly, because a lot of people will go on a Friday because they get off work on the anyway. So I'm looking at.
It's the 4-year jump as well. 2019, 2023, 2027.
Alright, so it will have been 4 years since the last time, but we haven't managed to save as much this time because of the concert situation and because Isaac's been at this. He's due in 2 weeks to go away, actually a week. Is it a week? No, 2 weeks. He's due to go away to Glasgow on his Scouts trip. And he went last year to Lancashire on a Scouts trip, so obviously there's the expense with those that we didn't normally have, so we haven't managed to save as much money this time. But the gigs that have come up are, we haven't like picked any old gig, it's like pretty much his favourite bands, and I am so delighted that we got those Youngblood tickets before the Black Sabbath thing, because they're like hen's teeth now, they're sold out. But I managed to get tickets before that was shown. Motionless in White's one of his favourite bands. Fallen in Reverse I really want to see as well. I don't know that they'll reschedule, we'll just have to wait and see.
News about it then.
Well, he said that, but I've read like massive threads on Reddit and stuff about it, and people are saying he can say there's great news as much as he wants, he can't change the law. But we'll just have to wait and see. I really hope he comes because, you know, I think it'd be really good to see, as much as I think the guy's a prat. That last album is excellent. And then there's a couple of cheap gigs. There's the Almighty in November. There's the Darkness on the day that Isaac gets back from Auchengillan, so we're hoping to get to that as well. It's an open air one. And there's another one, Metallica next year, because that's the only one left on my list, other than Aerosmith, which I've given up on, but there was a tiny spark of hope that Joe Perry says that he would love to do a farewell tour, but we don't know if Steven Tyler's Voice would be up for it.
I think it's going to be more of a farewell gig. One of John.
But apparently Youngblood was trying to get them for Youngblood Festival next year.
He said he wants to.
No chance.
Well, you don't know. They probably made connections at that. But they're the last people alive on my want to see list. Would have been Aerosmith and Metallica. Metallica we've got tickets for now. Aerosmith, yeah. But they'll announce next year when we can afford it, because we're saving for Disney. But every other band that was on my list are gone. You know, Type O Negative would have been on it. 9 Inch Nails was on it and they were terrible. Marilyn Manson was on it and he was terrible. We don't know that if it was the venue because we were seated.
And AC's off.
But I don't know. But
Could be cool.
that's a lovely dog carrying a squished Coke bottle about with him. So yeah, we shall see. But it's a little thing to look forward to. Hopefully we'll get to go back in 2 years' time. We shall see. It depends on what happens. It depends on saving. It depends on a lot of different things. But we'll see. But that's the plan anyway. Right, I'll go. Thank you for watching this week. Hopefully when you see me next week, my Gammy eye will be a bit better. I hate going out like this. I don't mind so much just into my parents' house, but I mean on Wednesday I'll have to go, like I'm going out with Kira and Sophie. I don't want to be out like this. And then even worse, on Friday night I'm due to be on a stream. Can you imagine if I've still got this on Friday night? And then on Sunday it's a friend's 40th due in, well, Bangor stroke Belfast, because they're doing what's it called, go-karting, you know, like indoor racing go-karting, which I can't do with my back, which I'm gutted because I would have liked to have done it. So they're doing that first, and then they're doing laser tag, which I can do, so I'm doing that bit. And then they are going to, I'm not going to this bit either, they're going to Belfast to a place called 6 by Nico, which is quite posh. It's like a taster restaurant type thing with 5 courses for a meal in the evening. But I can't go to that either because I'm otherwise engaged. But I'm going to the laser tag bit in the middle. So I can imagine, because there'll be photographs because it's a 40th do. Go on then. Me with my Gammy eye.
Yeah, well.
Oh, what about that thing with your CEO at the Coldplay concert? What a nightmare, eh? Shows you. Has he?
Yeah.
It just shows you, like, you know, what an idiot. I mean, they would have known that what's it called, the Jumbotron or something? They would have known that that was a thing. Why be so blatant? I just feel sorry for the wife and kids of the man. I don't think she's married. There's been nothing about her being married, but
the viral hit of the week is that guy.
But everybody's obviously photoshopping. Jamie sent me one this morning with Richie and Eddie in it, and Eddie's got his blonde wig and his lipstick on. I've seen one with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's all sorts of ones, you know, where people. Oh, I haven't seen that one. But yeah, that's what you get. Eh?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre when he's dragging it backwards.
I've seen that one, yeah. I'll reverse in here today. So yeah, anyway. I'll just park the car, then we'll switch you off. I love it.
Because you always like the mirrors.
Darren doesn't understand why I prefer to use mirrors than the rear facing camera, and I learned to drive before these things existed, so I've always used mirrors because I'm old, yeah. So yeah, thank you for watching. I shall check in with you guys next week. Over and out from Lisa's Logs.